So now let us bring in the financial estimate for the revenue for the fiscal year plus 1, fiscal year plus 2. Let us also bring in the EBITDA for the fiscal year plus 1 plus 2, the earnings for the fiscal year plus 1 plus 2, and the cash flow for the fiscal year plus 1 and plus 2. So this will enable us to determine the EV to EBITDA multiple, the EV to revenue multiple, the EV, the price to earnings multiple, and also the price to cash flow multiple. That is, the price to earnings multiple is the market capitalization to the total earnings, and also the price to cash flow is just the market capitalization to the cash flow. So we're going to be bringing in this financial estimates from Capital IQ in order to estimate the current trading multiples. So let us begin by bringing in, let us switch to our comparable company raw data, where we have the data from Capital IQ. So we can highlight from the revenue to the cash flow, we can copy that. We can switch back to the financial model, we can paste Alt ES. Let us paste V as values. We can switch back and copy for the first party columns, copy that, Alt ES, V as values. Let us do the same for the third party columns. Highlight that, we can copy, Alt Edge VS, paste V as values. We can do the same for the advertising columns. We can copy, Alt ES, V as values. We can paste for the cloud computing columns. Alt ES, V as values. And lastly, for the subscription columns, we can paste the financial estimate here, Alt ES, V as values. So having this set up, we can now determine our current trading multiples. So let us begin here with the EV to revenue. So it's going to be equal to the enterprise value we calculated here, and then we divide that by the revenue for the fiscal year plus 1, 3.5 times. We can switch this. In order to fill this right, we could just make sure that we are referencing, hit F2 and let us anchor the enterprise value for Amazon with F4 once. And we can fill this right to the EV to EBITDA multiple for the fiscal year plus 1 and the fiscal year plus 2. Let us fill this right with Control R. And then for the price to earnings multiple, it's going to be equal to, we take the market capitalization, reference the cell with F4 once, and then we can divide that by the net income. We can also have that set up, we can fill that right for the fiscal year plus 2 for the price to earnings multiple. And then for the price to cash flow, it's going to be equal to, essentially we can also, so it's going to be equal to market capitalization, reference that cell with F1, so we can divide that by the cash flow matrix here. also fill this right with Control R. And lastly, we will bring in the leverage multiples for the debt to equity and the debt to the book value of equity. So we're going to be doing that later on. So let us for now, since these multiples are also the same multiples that apply for the first party comms, the third party comms, the advertising comms, the cloud computing comms, and the subscription comms. For all of the companies in those industries, we can just highlight all of these. We can copy these. We can paste here Alt ESF. Let us paste as formulas. Except that we will just have to make sure that we are referencing to these three times. So let us reference to that 3 times. Now let us fill this right. Let's also make sure that we are referencing this 3 times. We can fill this right for the fiscal year +2 as well. We can also make sure that we are referencing the price to earnings for 3 times. So we can fill this right with Control R as well.